I've enjoyed the fact you've come to talk to me, which I respect.
And I've enjoyed speaking to you.
No, and I enjoy speaking to you because I like talking when I'm having an intelligent debate. Yeah. I'm not coming from here, and people know me here. I've been coming here 50 years, all right? I don't come from an arrogance point of view. That's not me. What I'm trying to say is you ask me a genuine question, why I am what I am, and I'm trying to explain why, okay? Whether you agree with it or not is another matter. What I'm saying, I can see and I respect why there's things in your religious belief that you may believe. I get why you believe, but I have got my own reasons why I believe you believe. In other words, it's because of our geography, history, the fact. I know, Raj.
I have a question, though. I have a question for you.
Dude, he's got a question.
I have a question for you.
Hang on, let her finish first.
Let her finish first, please.
Yeah, let her finish. Because we're having a good conversation here, Raj. Right. With this very
Can
nice
you answer his question? Why you become a Muslim?
We're going to go into that.
Sorry, look, I don't mean to be rude to you when I said you.
Hang on. This is Speaker's Corner.
No, what I said to you, I just said to you.
The issue.
I apologise. I didn't mean to be rude to you before.
I heard. Keep on talking.
I will talk to him.
No, and his point is, I'm going to make the point.
I just wanted to say,
I just want to finish something I'm saying.
I'm going to answer his question, but what I want to say to you is I apologise if I seemed rude to you or anything when I said to you.
Anyway, she's apologised.
I'm apologising. I didn't mean to be rude.
Right. This isn't an arrogance issue, because as much as you're not trying to make me what you might think I should be or whatever, I'm not trying to change it. What I'm trying to say to you is when you come up to someone who says they don't believe in God, doesn't mean they have an ignorance of the world or religions or anything. What it means is that I'm using my human intuition as to what I see on a daily basis goes on in this world, okay? And the job I do does it as well, which is another matter. It's just that the job I use means I have to use a lot of intuition, okay? The issue is that my experience of life, I do believe though, I think we're going to be lying to each other if we don't accept, not in every case, that the reason we're in a religion, whether in one or not, or a belief or whatever, is based on the lottery of our lives, the geography of where we were brought up, our schooling, our families. That does play a big part. I'm not saying in everybody. I'm not saying people don't convert to religion. Of course they do. But on a massive percentage basis, we're talking about that. So for that reason, when I look at the way that we all act, even now, look, we're all shouting, everybody's shouting and trying to outdo each other and whatever. We are, as a human species, very, very egotistical in our own way. We've all done it. I'm sure you're doing it a bit and I'm doing it. It's natural. It's part of our DNA. We're trying to win our points. I get it. Okay. So we're playing a bit of a tennis match with each other, but there is a respect there. I get it. But the issue is that for me, what's missing and has been all my life, my cognitive response life, is the actual presence of this supreme being. But the religions, when I have looked at the religions and looked at the controlled messages, the judgment days, the afterlives, the resurrections of Christ, the Jewish Moses and the Ten Commandments and everything, these to me make a lot of practical sense to me and make a lot of sense because they fit the human psychology DNA. Even the heaven and hell is like you tell your children, if you're bad, you're going on the naughty step. So it's almost like heaven is there to make sure we behave ourselves as controlling mechanisms in our lives, and hell is there as a punishment threat. Well, of course, when you use those to maybe... Thank you, Raj. Raj, please, Raj. When you use those sort of terms, heaven and hell, to maybe young children, and then we grow up as adults. Let's be honest. We look at it as a reward and punishment mechanism. That's not surprising the religions would have that in them because it's part of our human psychology. It's what our parents did when we were children. It's the way it works. I'm surprised all those messages are in there. But the afterlife, the psychology is very clear for me. The afterlife's there to make death more palatable. And as I said before, so that's really why I suppose I'm an atheist, because I've also travelled to these religious centres, as I explained, and those religious centres haven't given me that God, they've just given me more human tribalism. Do you get it? Right. Can I ask you the question? Why are you a Muslim?
Okay, before I answer that, I'm going to answer that now. I just wanted to say, because I wanted to just elaborate one point you said.
Sure.
You said that the majority of... You want to talk?
Right, you've got the whole park here, mate. Raj, move over
Why
here.
don't you just move your camera away? Excuse me. Why don't you move your camera?
Just move it over to...
You could move.
So, the point I'm going to ask you a question. The point I wanted to elaborate on, you said like, basically, the majority of people are in their religion is because, like you said, if they was born in it,
It's a large percentage. It's based on geography and our parenting.
I agree with you to a certain extent, yeah. But I think like we cannot. You did mention it, reverts and people. You did mention it, but I just wanted to elaborate on that. Like you said, there is Muslims who was brought up as Muslims, and they decide to convert into Christianity or become an atheist, and then
there's Christians who become Jews, as you know, they can convert up to left in. Yeah,
exactly. So it's not. So the point I want to make is, even though you're right, despite that's the situation, people do still, they do still think for themselves, and they do still decide. Some do hiddenly, like what you were saying earlier, you made a very good point. You said that some people, you would never know their real intentions, whether they're praying for real, because it's peer pressure. So I agree with you totally on that. And even Allah in the Quran speaks about that. He says that too. We can never know the true intentions of someone, but as a believer, Allah knows. You obviously don't believe that. Now, I'm going to come to you.
I knew everybody was going to get triggered, so I thought, let me
I'm
waiting for
It's
that.
a very interesting because it's fair. It's a fair debate.
Let's not call it debate, it's a discussion. I like to debate.
We'll call it a discussion. Okay, we had a discussion.
We're just having
When you're on live stream, be careful.
I like to talk about Raj, are you doing this on purpose?
There's a whole part.
Raj, we're having a nice debate here, mate.
Just
We really
here.
So you said to me, why am I a Muslim?
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest here, and I'm going to speak from my heart sincerely, because that's the person I am. Okay. Now, I was born and brought up into Islam. Now, both my parents are Muslim.
Right.
I come from Morocco. I'm Moroccan. Yeah, so basically, my dad, from when I was young, my dad's side of the family, they're very religious. My mom's side, not so much, but they're still Muslim, but they're not practicing as much. So I grew up, like my uncles and Imam, like I grew up watching my dad pray. From when I was a little girl, my dad used to always pray 5 times a day. Till this day, he never used to pray. He used to read the Quran for me. He used to tell me stories that I used to love sitting down listening to. Like, for example, my favourite story is the story of Prophet Syed. I'm not going to go into that story, but
I sort of heard about that.
So I grew up.
There's something I know about it.
But I'm going to be completely honest here, okay? There was a point in my life where I was lost and confused, and I started to question myself and my religion. And I was starting to think, is Islam true? Is Islam real? Should I look into other religions? Should I, I want to explore, because I don't want to just believe in something because that's what my parents told me, because that's what I was told I was, supposed to do, because that's what I'm so basically that's what I'm going into. No, I wanted to think for myself. Because even in the Quran, we are taught to go out and we are taught to research, read the other books, travel the world, look for the answer. Try to see, is this the truth? I'm not just going to go to religion because I'm a
Sorry, I know I'm a bit hyped.
So what happened was,
I even struggle when I had a drawing because I did
so basically, I started to think to myself,
just kind of
and I started to question all religions. I started to, I walked into a church, and I sat there, and I watched them. I picked up the Bible, and I started reading it. I started doing a little bit of research on Judaism. I started to, just basically just touch upon everything.
I'm not trying to be rude, I'm honestly literally anywhere but where they're debating would be a good place to chat.
When I went into the church,
Okay, I see the point.
I sat there and I went there with open mind, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm looking at the church and I'm thinking the structure of the church doesn't really sit with me well, like all the point, because they say that buildings and the way they're built lets off energies. So apparently pointed buildings are negative energies. And if you look at all churches, they're all built like that. And rounded structures let off positive energies. So if you look at the mosque, they're all like that. That was the first thing. Now, bearing in mind, when I'm going through this, I'm being open-minded. I myself don't even know where I'm going. I'm trying to find where I'm going, Okay. The second thing I noticed is that when we was in the church, everybody that came to the church came in wearing their shoes. Now, if I go to somebody's house who's got like a nice house, for example, or they're just clean, they don't have to have a nice house, they're just hygienic, the first thing they're going to say to you is, please can you take off your shoes before you come in my house? Now, for a church, which is supposed to be the house of God, why are people walking in the house of God that's supposed to be a pure house with their shoes on? Under your shoes, you have dirt, maybe you stepped on dog feces, on urine, God knows, you know, and you're walking into the house of God like that. For me, that didn't sink to me. The third thing was the use and the consumption of alcohol. Like in my religion, we're not allowed to drink alcohol. We're prohibited from drinking alcohol. Yeah. In the church, people are drinking wine like it's nothing, and they're intoxicated. And we all know that when you're intoxicated, you act in a certain way. Maybe not everyone. Some people can handle their drink more than other people, but you're more than likely, if you drink, you know, enough, to do things that, you know, you would never do. You would never conduct yourself if you had people drinking. And then I noticed that there was a lot of music and a lot of free mixing and a lot of things that these things just didn't sit well with me. Then there was the last question I asked myself. I said to myself, if I was in this church, like let's say I was homeless and I had nowhere to sleep, you know what, furthermore, if somebody said to me, I'll give you £10,000 to spend the night in this church on your own, would I do it? No, I wouldn't. Because I don't feel, it's scary to be honest with you. The churches to me, they look scary. I don't know because of the structure of them, like the coldness of it, the build, like the way that it's structured, the wooden chairs, like, I don't know, it's just not very, like... It's not because it's nearly Halloween or anything like that. No, it's nothing.
So at the moment, we seem to be in an agreement with everything at the moment. But anyway,
you know why you're sincere? If I speak the truth, you know,
we're speaking the truth to each other today. That's the whole point.
So then I thought to myself, no, I wouldn't spend the night here. But then when I looked at the mosque, I saw the mosque, when you go in the mosque, you must take the shoes off. You're not allowed to walk into the mosque with your shoes on. And that's right. The second thing I saw is that when a woman goes into the mosque, she must cover herself and be modest. When the male goes, he must cover himself and be modest. That way, there is no, you know, temptation. A man is not going to look at women in that way, the woman is not going to look at women, and they're segregated. So the men are separate and the women are separate. And this, of course, is for a reason. A lot of people say, why is it that you know, the women are segregated from the men and the women have to pray behind the men? This is a very stupid question, and I'll tell you why. If you put females in front of males when they're praying, when we pray, we go down in sujood. So I don't know if you've seen Muslim praying before, you go down to the ground and pray. So obviously, the woman's bum is up in the air. Sorry to go pray.
It's like a sheard of lion.
Why are you laughing?
Going against a little
Funny,
turd.
when you imagine
Why would a sheard go against a turd?
Imagine you're praying and you're behind you.
I don't even wake up
What's the
for
man
that
going to
kind
be
of
thinking
stuff.
while he's praying?
You do assume that men are a bit simple-minded. We're not all instantly going, there's a bum, I can't concentrate.
I'm not saying that.
I know what you mean. No, I'm not
That's why
saying
she's laughing.
I'm not saying you're wrong. You have a point, but it's not as strong as you think.
So I'm playing chess, they're breaking it for.
I am being real. I can concentrate in the presence of fun.
Camera that I know was on.
A man that supposedly, I don't know, thinks about SEX every 6 seconds.
What's a woman's week? Can I say something now? Because
Wait, finish.
yeah, I want you to finish, but I'm not. This isn't any.
I don't know why you're laughing.
This isn't any rudeness at all, because you've been very thorough. Okay? No, I'm being fair to you. I'm being nice because I got your message. What you were. So there's obviously. I want to try and summarise this one because I get the job. We're intelligent people. We know what we're going on. But it's right for you. It was the right thing for you, basically, right? As you say, whether it's the no alcohol thing, the men's issue, whether it's the church didn't feel right for you. That I can get. Just like, now hang on a minute, let's be sincere to each other. Right. I go away from here tonight. I'm not obsessed by the fact I'm a non-believer. I just live my life. Okay? Hang on. You go away and you go away and you are sincere to your belief. No, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being the opposite. Let me finish. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being respectful. I'm saying you'll go away and you will practice your religion or whatever, and that is good for you. And my mine is good for me.
Just imagine someone
Now, you're looking at someone. I'm not an adulterer. I've been married to my wife for 35 years. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Right. What I'm saying is, I want to get to the crux. I don't mean that disrespectfully. Why are you a Muslim? Really?
and then she eloped with a Muslim guy. And Sikhs don't marry cousins. We're not inbred retards. We're not inbred retards. The Bengalis have demographics. No offense to the Bengalis, you're at the bottom of every demographic. Sorry for that. Sikhs don't do that kind of bullshit. Sikhs don't do that kind of bullshit. We don't breed like these guys.
Three major recognised religions worldwide. Christianity
Such a
and
turd. I don't want to turn round for you.
But you guys have only got 15 million.
That's how little I see it.
Still a major monotheistic religion. I mean, there's a nation in the name of it, so it is a fairly big religion. Yeah.
He's going to do his best. Second time he's going to do his best. Second time he'll do his best. Because remember last time when this guy tried to surround me and nothing happened? Nothing happened.
Yes, you have been born of a Jewish mother.
What are you going to do to me though? What are you going to do?
Well, I do know that's true.
What is this guy going to do?
Yes, because I'm born of a Jewish mother.
What is this guy going to do? This guy looking at my ears.
I'm glad you've confirmed it to me.
I always thought Syed was a little bit fruity.
So you could convert to Judaism if you wanted to. However, you are automatically Jewish.
Ali Diva has chosen the worst cameraman. The worst cameraman. This is what Dawa does to you. This is what Dawa does.
I'm going to tell
This is
you
what
now.
Dawa does to
You're
you.
going to laugh because obviously
This is what Dawa does
I've
to
lived
you.
within Judaism myself, even though I don't believe in God. And obviously I know all that I can read Hebrew and follow a service and everything. I can't go in a synagogue and do it. I can. Right, ask your question very quickly. I have met people who have converted for Christianity, or they've converted to marry a Jewish girl, for example, so they've converted to Judaism. Those people, there is such a process to become a Jew, they become more religious than I am. In other words, they become more Jewish than I am, because it's a new thing to them. Just like you get reverts to Islam and this sort of thing.
Would you say that Judaism is mankind?
He was going to shop and go live.
You can become a Jew.
He was going to shop and go live.
Anybody can convert
Remember
to
when you
Judaism.
said you're going to get go live arrested?
Many have.
I don't really know much
He's
about
almost
it.
in
But
brother.
you're
He's going to get him
automatically a
arrested.
Jew by the birth
Go
of
live.
your...
Go live was going to get him arrested. That's what he was going to do. That's what he was going to do. Oh, sorry. Tell your brother to walk away.
No, look, in fairness,
No, you've got to tell your brother to walk away. Because I'm not talking to him.
I don't know the guy.
No, because I want to listen to the conversation when the lights here.
let's go.
No, I don't need to go with these. I don't need to go with this prick. I don't need to go with this turd. I'm allowed to stand there. I'm not.
Anyway,
Yeah, so what I'm
the
saying.
reason you say you're
So
standing here is you want the light.
I'm one person, and if he wants to go over that way, he can go. I don't want to go that way.
I respect you,
So I'm here. So I'm here. So I'm here. So you tell him. You tell him to do that. I don't say nothing. Let's see what he says then.
Right,
All right, so what?
brother.
Just someone get some tissues. Got running
Hold on.
Clean up your nose.
Hold on.
Basically, the Quran says that it's come to confirm that which has come before it, i.e. the Bible, okay? But as a watch to take out the fake bits and to confirm the real bits, okay? So to me, the true word of God is the Bible, if it hadn't been counted. And the reason why I don't take the Bible now is first it was never in the hands of the people. It was always in the hands of the priests and the people in the church. You would have to knock on the door to ask them what the Bible say about this, what the Bible say about that. So you're never really sure about what the Bible says. Now, the Quran, which was written 1400 years ago, okay?
Yeah, let's get some jihadis rested.
By Angel Gabriel.
We love it, man. We love it.
Now,
We love
this man, Muhammad peace be upon him, was illiterate.
What it is,
He never read.
I don't turn around for turds. I don't turn around for turds. I don't turn around for turds. It's him.
How did he know?
Oh, you hear that? They're going to face up to me. Friends?
Go on, take
This,
that in.
this,
He's got it. I got you.
this
I got you. That's what I wanted.
has only
You
been
said
started
it.
about
You said
50
it.
years ago.
Yes.
And
He said,
how
plenty
they
of people are
discovered
going to come up
that
to
by
me.
using
This is what I was waiting for.
without this technology, it would have been impossible for them to know this.
Could they be cutting women open in that
That's all
era?
I see.
You understand what the prophet I'm talking about? Could there
So
not
what
be
you say?
people in that
People are
era
going to keep coming up to
who were
me
able
to do
to
what?
cut the body open
You
and
know
see
you
the
just screwed
embryo?
up.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell it to your brother.
Yeah, they did.
So that explains
That
it.
is somebody else's life.
I don't know, but you
Which you decided you want to
Thank
be
you for that.
in. And if you want to be in, why did you put my family
They could cut the, they could see the embryo, couldn't they? They could cut it open.
He was an illiterate man. He wouldn't be right. And also, he was living in the desert in the middle of the
away from the light,
He
if you
had
do.
no microscopic equipment. He had this
I think he's finally fucked up.
information. That
So how are you on Jordan
woman's
Peterson?
embryo shaped like a leaf, yeah, has only been discovered 50 years ago. Okay. All right, and this is with extensive research and with,
You see, the
very
issues,
high.
the issues for me are not. The whole atheism issue for me is not a conversation about Dawkins, Darwin, and everybody else.
Although that is in the mix.
Yeah, but the issue for me is just using my human.
I agree. I agree.
Just trying to work it out.
You have it, from what I hear, so I've been here a while, may I say something? I know you've spoken a lot.
But what I'm trying to do is, I know I want to just finish this because I don't want to go. My legs are killing me now, and I'm going to be. I enjoyed the conversation. I don't want to end it.
Is this an
I want to end
exclusive,
it.
no one else involved conversation?
No,
Because
no,
if
no,
not, I'll move on.
We're just having.
I know, it's just I've heard a lot.
So the first thing is that you said, yeah, could they not open up? That's possible, but I don't. The Prophet, peace be upon him. This is why I said to you, have you read about Islam? Because if you read on the Prophet, peace be upon him, you will learn about his characteristics, about who he was as a man, that he was known to be a truth teller, that he was an al-amin, that he was trustworthy. So based on his character, you can elaborate.
I'm going to ask you a very serious question in a minute, though.
You can. Yeah. Based on this, as Muslims, we believe that he was like, we know that he wouldn't come out with something. All right, you know what? Let's go with what you said. Could they not open up and say, all right, that's fine. We'll say it. But me personally, I don't believe that. I believe that this was revealed to him.
The thing is, with mammals, it's quite a similar process of the sleep shape, I think that's what you said, isn't it? Yeah? So a lot of animals would have died, and they would have opened animals up. And
Okay, look, the next
So,
one
mate, can I
is-
just say one thing? I want to interrupt now, and there's a reason why. It's part of what you're saying. One thing I do know about Islam, and that's why at least we can have some debate, is I do get the structures of it and the era and some of what... I get all this bit. I know what the angel gave me. That's why I know what the angel gave me and all that's about. Right. What I'm saying is, and I realise that Muhammad was supposed to be an illiterate man and so on like that. I'm going to turn this back for the last time onto the human side of this, the rationale and the logic. If I was telling a story had come from scribes from 1600 years ago, 1400 years ago, I always get confused what it is. Yeah. Is it possible, just give me this once, is it possible that to make the story more miraculous, to make the story so amazing, is the message doesn't come to a university professor, it comes to an illiterate man. So you understand where I'm coming from? So you know the word aggrandizement, you know that's what they did with Jesus, made out you sent him to heaven, right? You believe that? Right, that's called an aggrandizement of his character. Could it be that Muhammad himself was aggrandized as a character by, rather than saying this man was a genius who spoke to the spirit world and whatever, to the angel Gabriel, who was the messenger of God, he actually, we better put within this story that he was illiterate to make the whole thing more miraculous. Think about my logic on this.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to disagree with you.
because surely Allah could have made him speak.
What would they get out of that? What would they get out of
Well, what they would get out of it is such a miracle for an illiterate man. It must have been true because an ignorant man can suddenly relate this world.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So there's a possibility there could be an
Jesus could speak
aggrandizement.
as a baby in the
I need to know if this is a closed conversation. If it is, I'll go elsewhere. I need to know, is there a potential opening in this conversation, or is it a dialogue?
When we finish what we're saying,
when we're going to finish, then we'll open it.
Let's say, that what you're saying is correct. And they done this like a movie, like all of this. What's the purpose of it? What are they, like Muhammad, peace be upon him, he's dead now. Yeah, may God bless him, he's dead now. So how was that what around him who wrote this stuff?
Well, I've given you the purpose, they may have done that.
Yeah, but
Right.
wait, but what I'm trying to say to you, that's fine, I respect what you're saying. But what I'm saying, at the end of all of this, what are they going to benefit out of it?
Can you really not
Well,
see
they
anything?
benefit by making an illiterate man have a signal from a supreme being. That's a very powerful thing, rather than a university professor getting it.
I got that part.
Right.
But what's the motive? What's the whole?
The motive is it would sell the story better.
Okay, let's say
Being really brass tacks. Yeah.
Let's say it stole the story better, yeah? and the story, so it's the bestseller.
I know you shake your head, but that's how I
Let's say
say
it's the bestseller.
It's logical. It's logical what I'm saying.
Let's say it's the bestseller. They're now dead and gone. What have they gained out of it?
What have they gained there?
Again, power and comfort
They've gained
and
out
control.
of it a legacy story that's then been propagated by a tribe across the world of a man, just like they did with Jesus, the same type of story, where suddenly Muhammad, this illiterate man, got a sign from God, a signal and a message. And this illiterate man, converted it into some brilliance that becomes the Quran later or whatever. I therefore stick on the same side, that was a human issue of a number of scribes come together. They write a story about a man, and is it possible, this is what I'm saying, because it's logical, it could be, because we're very great creators, human beings, at writing stories and everything, that to make the story more wizardry, more powerful, and the legacy to go across the world in a more powerful, that it came from an illiterate man, not a brilliant man.
Let's get to the end of this.
Okay, this is a closed
It's the
conversation.
psychology. It's the psychology of the story.
Look. Let's get to the end of it. The end of this, is
to be very upset, but this is
the reason why they're doing this is because they want
You can
to
come
send
back,
a
you know.
message out, right? That message that they want to send out is the message of Islam. What they want people to do is submit to Islam, and follow the laws of Islam. This is the ending of it, right? So the laws of Islam and the message that he's sending out is: do not kill, do not backbite, do not steal, do not fornicate, do not commit adultery, do not drink. No, let me finish. Wait, do not drink. Everything. Everything that.
Getting that.
And this is why I'm a Muslim, because everything that this religion teaches. Please let me finish, and then I'm going to let you have the ending if you want.
But I'm getting what you're saying much quicker than you realise.
Chapter 8
Yeah, I get
tells
it.
us to kill
You're making a
the
good point. I get
non-believers
it.
wherever they
How many
stand,
people
smite
do you
their
want him?
hands,
His
feet.
Sahabas, this is the last point I'm going to make. How many people do you want him? The Sahabas and anyone that's Angel Gabriel, Allah, everyone that's got to do with the Quran and Islam, right, has nothing to benefit out of this. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. They're not going to benefit of telling us, listen, don't rob, don't lie, don't commit adultery. The only people that are going to benefit of this is us as humans. Okay, because everything that you said earlier on is for control. It's to control us.
Propagation of the story. It makes it more powerful. The story becomes more powerful.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is, everything that he's telling me not to do, and all the Muslims around the mankind not to do, is good for our own benefit. Now he's telling me don't steal. Stealing is not right. It's not right.
But that was in the Ten Commandments. The Old Testament had that.
But this is the whole main message of Islam. He's telling you anything he tells, like, for example, tell me anything from the Quran that Allah tells us not to do. And I'm guaranteeing you now, I'll put my life on it, there's a reason why, and there's a good reason why. Anything he tells me not to do is for my own good. It's
What
not
I'm
for his
saying
good.
to you is I'm not here today. Remember, I came into, you brought me into this conversation. Let's get this right, because there's not an issue of me coming to contest it. We've had a very interesting discussion. Okay? All right? I'll give you that discussion. There we go. Because it has been interesting. But the issue is, for me, where would Judaism be without Moses and the Ten Commandments? Just hear me out. Where would Christianity be without the aggrandizement of Jesus going up to heaven and ascending? So I see the aggrandizement of your Prophet Muhammad being the powerful element of the story if I was writing it using human psychology of brilliant writing, which we do, is don't make him a brilliant man, tell the story of an illiterate man that this happened to. It makes his story more powerful. It makes him more humble, who suddenly had this incredible experience. So what I'm saying, I'm taking three monotheistic religions, and I'm telling you the cornerstone is the resurrection of Jesus, aggrandized as a human being, going up like a rocket. Okay, let's be honest, which to me is just bizarre, but that's what they believe. Moses is aggrandized by his non-arrival in the land that he's gone and strode to. And I've been through those deserts, and believe me, he deserved to go in after walking through all that, I can assure you. But and his whole strength was his Ten Commandments, you know, and he's threw them down, and then God got annoyed with it. So it strengthens the story. Where do we go in Islam to strengthen the story? We don't say he was a highly intelligent man that the message came to. we make him a simple man, a pastoral man. I could almost write that. You get script writers to write these stories. That's where I get my cynicism in. Right. However, I'm going to end this now because I think it's right to end it on a good note. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying, and you're going somewhere, and I'm not.
I'll see you.
Thanks for listening to me.
See you later.
Sorry, if I disrespect
He's a lovely, he's a charming guy. He's a Bayesian guy from Barbados. I love Barbados.
I'm sorry.
See you, mate. That's all right. No,
Okay, so
anyway, I'm going to end this now because I'm going to end this on a good note, though. All right. At the end of the day, the common denominator between you and I is we're human beings. Thinking, jockeying, discussing, outwitting, getting a bit annoyed with each other, getting a bit insulted, then realising it wasn't really an insult. You know what goes on, right? However, in real terms, as human beings, the common denominator is what we're living here on this planet. So I have to, going back to the very first thing we ever spoke about, I have to believe.
this was like he's in the cinema.
I have to believe in you. I have to believe whether, and I do believe you. I'm taking it on face value because you've been very, very open as I'm being open with you. This thing about God is actually a very minuscule dispute between us. You think atheism is so far away from religions? It's not. We're living in the world where religion is controlling us. I'm living in a secular Church of England country where its laws have been based from this God-based system in some ways, and obviously now on a human level. But they do. Why do you think there's clergy in the House of Lords? So I, as a non-believer,
Is that right?
Of course, of course, there's clergy in the House of Lords. Right. So the issue is, you and I are living in a secular Britain, a secular Christian country, of which you're able to be a Muslim and I'm able to be a Jew, Christian non-believer. Well, that's an oxymoron, isn't it, for you? Anyway, but that's good because I'm quite happy. I'm not proud of my legacy. I'm glad they educated me and all that because at least I can have a debate with you on something I really know about. And so that's great. But the only dispute we've got, really, is I'll take your story of Muhammad. I'll take the Christian story of there being a man called Jesus who looked like a maverick rabbi. I could sort of maybe go through Moses. If you've ever been through the Sinai desert, I have. It's not easy with carrying a tablet of stone, but if you want to go with it, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say, the human people in these stories, I can get. Even if they have been made up or not, that's for us to decide. I can get the human. The only dispute I have, I don't see the angel Gabriel and the God above your religion, and I don't see the God above the others. So my atheism is purely for me that I've just seen religions have been created using the human psychological DNAs. But that's why I don't end in a dispute with you, because I respect your belief. I'm glad I live in a country where you've got a freedom of religion and all that, because you're believing in something as I am believing what I believe isn't right or wrong. Okay? But you have a belief. So I'm not here saying you're completely wrong. No. I don't believe what you believe, because I'm going a different route, you're going the same route. But our only real dispute is what's above the humanity. Give me a history story of Islam. Tell me about the wars, the Crusades. Tell me about the Jews and all their history. I can get it as a load of human beings and tribes and all that. I get it, because you and I are human beings. That's our common denominator. The only bit's missing is the supernatural wizardry above it. And to get the supernatural wizardry, we're making these aggrandised human being characters, which is how I would tell a wizardry story. So my atheism is really based on my life's experience. I'm not an untravelled, ignorant man, sorry, invented commas. I'm a very well-travelled person. You can't believe the places I've been to. I've been in so many mosques as well, you couldn't believe. Yeah.
Just so we're clear on this, I didn't call you ignorant.
No, I realised you were talking about my ignorance in that religion, which I got in the end. That's fine. No, put it on record, I accept that. I get it, that's why I got it.
I would never disrespect you like that. But look, listen.
You're a lovely person.
So you
I'm going to kill you with kindness. You're a lovely man. I'm going to kill you with kindness. See, atheists can be very kind people, you see.
Listen, that's right. Look,
I've never killed anybody either.
So
I'm not a drunk either.
You said earlier on, and it's on camera, you're recorded. I don't know if you're a witness, you are though.
Maybe.
You were recorded, yeah?
Yeah, go on,
You
go on.
said, I will go and I will research.
Yeah, I'm always educating myself.
Yeah, on Islam, innit? You said it. So
I said
on
I
Islam.
was being prepared to do that.
Alright, so for me...
I've got things to do this week.
Please,
I
I'll ask
know.
of you one thing, yeah? Please.
Yeah,
Just read on it.
I will.
Please, just read on it.
I will, because I'm always interested.
Yeah, even if you decide to take it up or you don't, yeah?
That's the point I was trying to make.
Just read like a little bit of the Quran. Just open it, any page, and just read it, yeah? And then also, just please look into the light.
Don't condemn an atheist. All atheists. No. Because when he put us in a like, do you think I call myself an atheist the rest of the week? It's only when we come to Speaker's Corner. It's a label for me in Speaker's Corner. What I'm saying is, I'm just me. I'm just Ian, you know, the football fan and all the other bits. Right? You don't think I'm going to go on the train now and go, hello everyone, I'm an atheist? No. It doesn't sort of going to happen, is it? You get where I'm coming from. So what I'm saying is, of course, you've got to put me, you've got to put me in context for this discussion, of course. But right, don't think every atheist you ever meet is a closed-minded person. We're actually the opposite. I love exploration. Why do you think I travel the world? I love it. Do you know the most, for a non-believer, the first places I go to anywhere I go in the world are all the holy sites. I love it. No, but I love it. But I like to, I like to educate. No, don't get me wrong. So that's why I'm saying I'm prepared to know more. And when I come here, I'm learning so much more. I know about Islam. I mean, I know that so much more now meeting people like you than I did years ago. And I've been to a lot of exhibitions on the Hajj and Mecca, and I understand all that. It's more like, I understand more than you realise.
I'm actually impressed at you.
But I do know a lot about the Angel Gabriel, I know about Mecca, the Hajj, I know all about this. But of course I don't know all the words of the Quran. That would be a lie to say that. What I'm trying to say though is I am an open-minded guy, don't get me wrong. And it's that open-minded me has come to that conclusion. It's not, I'm not closing my mind. It's because I've got an exploratory mind that has made me decide I don't think there's a supreme being, okay? However, I just think that what religions have done, it's a bit of an insult to us in some ways. Is we've almost closed the book and said, oh, this is how it all happened. That's not doing us a justice when we're living in a world that's still exploring this whole thing. And we're finding things every day, they're finding new things. So it's, no, hang on. Just let me on. It's fun to explore. So it's not about ignorance, it's I'm free to go and explore. Is there another answer to this than what the religions are telling us? And I mean, you're going to hate this, but it's religion is sold. Religion sells God, basically.
What if you explore, right? For example, you find like when the scientists found out that in the universe, that they've just found this out again recently, that the universe is always expanding. It never stops. I don't know if you know that.
There is about expansion of the universe. I know about it.
And then
I don't come here as a science professor. I never do that. It's my own tuition. Yeah.
Allah actually tells us this in the Quran that the universe is always expanding, it never stops. So to elaborate on your point, what I'm saying is yes, it's not a closed book. Islam is not a closed book. It's actually with the times now that we're living.
But it might be a closed book just saying, oh, there's a supreme being created the world, where there may be another reason that we are exploring now. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So we're not leaving ourselves open. So don't think I come here and go, oh no, like this. No, I'm the opposite.
Listen, I'm not judging you in any way, shape, or form. I promise you. Thank you for having this conversation.
Thank you very much.
Sorry if I disrespect you in any way.
You didn't disrespect me at all. I put it on record. You didn't disrespect me.
Then I'm very sorry.
What I thought you'd said is actually already, I didn't take it the way you thought it. When you said you're ignorant, and I'm going to put this so you know on the camera because it's only fair. I didn't take it, that's why I got over it very quickly. It wasn't that I thought what you actually were saying, which was I was ignorant in that religion. What I was then trying to explain, which I think you also missed, you'll see you missed it because you're going to go, he said it 3 times, I missed it when you read it back, was I said that I'm then prepared to go and then you missed it and carried on calling me ignorant.
I'm glad you said that because that's where I want to leave this at. So you said you're prepared, yeah? So please, yeah? I know I'm nothing to you and you don't know me, yeah? Please just have
you don't have, it's not hard for me to say I would, because my entire life is going around the world learning new things anyway, so of course I will do that,
okay,
that's
so
fine.
Cool. Please, just do that.
I didn't come as an expert on Islam, but I gave you a genuine reason why I'm an atheist.
Inshallah.
Did I not give you a genuine reason?
Yeah, you did.
And you gave me a genuine reason why you're a believer.
I hope you come to Islam one day. Yes. and I'm going to.
Well, that's very kind of you to say that.
Don't panic now. Don't panic now.
But I will say to you that just keep your mind open as well, and understand that whatever sometimes humans have told us isn't always what it
I
was.
don't go by what humans tell us. I go by my own research.
Well, that's what I'm doing, isn't it?
That's cool.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, thank you.
I enjoyed that.
Shout out to Black Dunya. Say shout out to Black Dunya.
Hi, Black Dunya.
Content over everything.
Oh, God. That's the second week on content over. Oh, and by the way, don't edit it, guys, because I know if it. So
I think it's snowing, isn't it?
This is on Black Dunya, isn't
Yeah,
it? Right.
Black Dunya.
Well, okay.
That's content.
Don't you edit it, because I know what I've said. If I find it edited, I'll be coming back seeing her next week. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be coming back with my lawsuits and everything.
No, we're good. We don't.
No, I enjoyed that.
His wife is coming and his kids in a minute.
Don't you think this microphone matches my gloves? What do you reckon?
Yeah,
Matches my
gloves.
gloves.
Anyway, thanks for that. Enjoyed the
Camouflage.
conversation. All right, take care, guys.
You got your own little camera there as well.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Going around with it like that.
So there we are. I tried to not be filmed on camera today. I did a very good job of that.
You've done well, you've done well.
All right, well, Ian, thank you very much. It was nice talking to
The
you.
last week I was discussing holy water, and today I was discussing this.
Fantastic, fantastic. But do you know the thing that I always wonder about is in the Quran, Jesus could speak as a baby. He said, you know, and he went out. There's born in the desert and everything. And the stream appeared and all that. But then, why couldn't Muhammad? If Muhammad is closer to God than even Jesus, then why couldn't Muhammad write? Why was he get that?
That's for a reason. Because
see?
if he could read and he could write, as the people already say, they said that he basically copied the Quran from the Bible.
Right.
So if he can't read and he can't write, he couldn't have copied the Quran. But look, that's a whole other topic. But there's many reasons.
He could have plagiarised it like.
Anyway, I'm going to go now. So thanks very
Thank
much.
you so
Cool.
much,
Have a
Ian.
good week.
May God
Take
bless
care.
you.
All right, take care.
Yes, that's it.
Well, thanks for letting me come into that one.
Anytime.
See you later.
I've been into this sort of stuff to stop violence. What do you think the solutions are? Because like you understand from Marcus, what long
Tikka masala was invented.
Well, that's something
It's not traditional Indian.
It's a few.
It's not. No, every Indian or Pakistani would tell you they don't eat tikka masala. That's a British dish, and it is now one of the most popular.
We can both probably agree. Culture, if you want to call it that, or faith, is quite strong in the sense that, as you say, it's domineering. English culture, it's quite easy to chip away at it, and I think English people are probably threatened about it. That's the insecurity. Oh yeah, it's
But you're both talking as if Islamic culture is one.
No, of course it's not homogenous.
It's not a homogenous thing, and it's not.
But one thing we do all agree on is the Quran. We do agree that the Quran is a revelation from God Himself, and we all agree that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is that messenger of God. And we all agree upon that we should worship that one true God. But what we don't agree upon, when Christians come up to us and tell us that Jesus is a man, or God is a man, or when Hindus come up to us and they say God is multiplicity of he's a monkey, or when atheists come up to me and say there is no God. We as Muslims have that one simple message where there is that one God where Jews have. Look a bit Jewish. Oh, so you look a bit Jewish. I kept thinking, yeah, like, if you had that on, that would.
That big.
It's a bit racist there, but anyways, yeah.
It was.
My actual point with that is
You don't come from Islamic
that
stock
idea,
either, do
I'm
you?
saying that idea itself of having that one God. That one God.
See China, the Chinese Communist Party, also
By that, it can never be defeated.
The idea itself. Because it's very intrinsic to even
A microphone appears.
Even our nature, we know if I go home and I see a cup of tea, I know intrinsically that cup of tea had to be made.
Sure, but you're claiming that
you
Islam
understand
will
what
one
I'm
day
saying?
dominate
But
China,
you
for
can't-
instance.
Oh, I mean like where everyone in the whole world would know about God's message.
You
through the Prophet Muhammad. That's
They probably
number one.
already do know.
Because it does prophesy. In the age of information that we live in.
But you think China, you said, will be a Muslim nation, a Muslim group?
Well, the entire planet eventually.
Yeah. You see it to the whole planet.
Okay, if you want to go really literal into this, this is when the end of days will come.
Yeah, but see, I don't believe.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So we're going to turn Islamic when the world's going to end.
No, I mean as in when Jesus comes down, as Muslims, we believe Jesus is also going to return.
Right.
And when Jesus comes down and he fights off the Antichrist, I don't know if you've heard about that story.
I've heard that.
Okay. But we believe that he's going to defeat the Antichrist. And we believe the Antichrist today, people, certain people, Satanists that control the world, are in cahoots, in bed with that same Antichrist Satanists, with that, and they're preparing the way on this earth for the vibrancy, the negative energy of not believing in a God, and fornication, nudity, not caring about anything, not caring about our parents, leaving our parents in nursing homes, violence, killing each other, where the murderer won't know why he's murdering him, and the person that got killed won't even know why they're getting killed. This is the society that we're living in now. So something has to give. So what we say as Muslims, these are the signs of the last days. We're seeing what we're seeing today.
So after Jesus comes down and fights the Antichrist, what then happens on this planet?
When there will be justice. We believe when Jesus finally does return, there will be justice, will be spread. And this justice that I'm talking about is the Islam that now. Let's now get into it. So Islam, what is Islam? Belief and submission of one God, submitting your will to that one God. So Islam as a religious aspect now is people who adhere to that faith. So when we say that Jesus is going to come down, which we believe Jesus himself is a Muslim that worship one God, when he comes down, he establishes justice. So what justice is he establishing that we don't have already today? Let me tell you what we don't have today. Today we have a society where the rich 1% rule 80% of the world's wealth. We have a place where there's homelessness.
China routinely executes billionaires.
Yeah.
But you're saying that it's going to dominate China. It's just
you can't apply that around the world.
I mean, let's start with here now, where we're living in. Okay. We're living in a place where NHS is stored up because half of the people are so drunk that can't even walk down to the A&E. The same professionals, the same surgeons, the same doctors and teachers that teach us respectable professions are the ones that you'll see if you go up there now in alleyways drunk and vomiting behind cars. No, I'm just saying, no. Hear what I'm saying. No, but hear what I'm saying. But
all the teachers are in the alleyways drunk.
Hear what I'm saying. In the Monday morning, they're going to go back to work and they'll be ashamed of what they did.
They won't. They'll be gossiping with each other.
You're exaggerating wildly.
Okay. Just go with me on this journey. So the justice that's not here on this earth is, number one, the spread of wealth. The wealth of this world is not spread enough equally. We all know that. That's number one. Capitalism, what it has done, it's basically separated the family home. Where right now we see today, nursing homes are booming. We have people in this country who have their mothers and fathers locked up with foreign, wherever they are, washing their backsides, clothing them, all of this thing.
But just bring China, they don't do it in China.
Or in Asia, or anywhere.
We have an epidemic of alcoholism in this country.
I would say it's
No, we
epidemic.
don't.
Yes, we do. Alcoholism, we have an epidemic because NHS, 40% of the money that goes to the NHS is due with alcohol related.
40%.
40%.
No way.
Check it out. A&Es, mostly A&Es, they'll tell you they're backed up because it's so full.
Maybe, okay.
You might be talking about A&Es, but not the entire health service.
Okay, cool.
A&Es just one aspect.
Then we have the gambling. People here, epidemic in gambling society. We have, you know this.
Buying lottery tickets.
When I first came to this
Saturday.
country, I used to look at the TV and never used to see any gambling.
Yeah, there is some
changed the law.
Now they can have adverts here, they can advertise. And then right at the end,
Go in a casino in London, it's full of Chinese people. It's not full of...
And Arabs as well, probably. Rich
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Not full
what
of
I'm
rich
saying
people
is, and right at the end, 10 seconds, they'll be like, responsible gambling. Gamble responsibly. They'll tell you all of this.
But
and they'll tell you gamble responsibly.
the idea is that people have evolved enough to be able to make those conscious decisions where they don't indulge too much in it. So
Or go to the pub on a Friday, but don't indulge.
Yeah, where they're getting up at 7 o'clock drinking. Yeah.
I'm trying to show you the evils of society that we have right now and why Jesus has to come down to establish his justice.
This is what all Abrahamic monotheistic religions do.
You can't understand where I'm coming from when I say Islam will dominate. That's what I mean.
No, but listen, when you say that though, China, for instance, they have stringent regulations on this sort of stuff, right? Stringent. So again, all your ills in this society, they're already, whether or not you like the Chinese state, they're dealt with in China now. And also Chinese people do not whack their parents in a home, as you're saying over here. They don't, and also they routinely execute what they see as corrupt billionaires, which keeps people thinking that they're dealing with the unfair distribution of wealth.
We have a story in the Quran and the Bible about the story of the Pharaoh in Egypt. Pharaoh in Egypt was a very powerful man. The Pharaoh of Egypt was so powerful that he actually told the people he is God himself. He used to enslave people, the Israelites, the Jews, and all of. We know about these stories. Yet there was a man that came, sent by God, which is called Moses, which came, faced the whole of the empire by himself with miracles and freed the people of Egypt from his captivity. But what you're telling me right now is the same similar situation when you're saying, how is Islam going to penetrate or somehow even come into Chinese minds or whatever? It's the same way we say God is all-powerful, all miraculous, can create miracles, can do all sorts. So when you talk about one man, we going into China, they'll probably execute him, of course. But slowly by slowly, chipping away at the thought of that there is no God. Because communism takes away all religions. We know that. It takes away all religions. Communism tells you you're not allowed to have a religion. It's not this society where we have freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of speech.
Would your ideal society have freedom of expression and freedom of religion and freedom of speech?
No, the Islamic, my ideal society would be an Islamic society.
Which would that, I don't know,
Islamic
does it allow
society
for those things?
allows freedom of religion, freedom of thought, freedom of whatever you want to do in your closed home. Like for instance,
inside, not outside. We couldn't do it like here outside.
Like in this country right now.
No, but in your perfect.
In this country right now, if I want to have sex with a woman or my wife, do I go home to do it or do I come out in this park? If I come out in this park and do it, if I come out in this park,
but having sex isn't the same as following a religion.
No, hear what I'm saying. I'm trying to show you an analogy. If I have sex in this park and if I have sex in the house,
I think probably people are doing it now. Don't they?
But if they get caught by police, what would happen to them? They'll probably be reprimanded and arrested. So, it's the same with Islamic society. Islamic society tells you.
We weren't talking about.
How is having sex in public the same as talking about your religion, or your belief, or non-belief?
You're allowed to talk. Who told you that you're not allowed to talk?
So you just said you can do it in your house, but you can't do it publicly.
No, I meant like, for instance, if you're gay, which we know probably you're gay, right?
I'm not. Why do you say probably I'm gay?
Sorry?
You've been reading too much, haven't you? I'm not. I'm married with a kid.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely 100%.
I actually feel
I like tits.
One of the main things. Okay, one of the main. Are you sure?
Absolutely 100%.
Weird hearing you say that.
But I stand for gay rights. But no,
it's like.
Are you sure? The thought of fucking something hairy repulses me.
So people in this
park, I stand. Did you get that on camera? But I will stand for gay rights.
So people in this park have just been presuming that you're a homosexual.
Well, they haven't got a fucking. They're obsessive. I love hairy women. I love hairy women. What was I going to say?
Because I was presuming, because the hate that you probably, or I wouldn't say hate, but the dislike that you have with Islam came from that.
No. Well, maybe it comes partly from the fact that I think gay rights are important, and I don't think gay people should be discriminated because of what they are.
I don't believe.
But it doesn't make me one.
As a Muslim, should be discriminated, should be killed, should be. I don't believe that's Muslim. I believe if a gay man comes out here and tries to do his other thing with another man, or he comes out here with flyers, like I'm talking about Islamic society,
but in no
and
different.
He comes out with flyers to say that. To spread his agenda, to spread the gayness.
How do you spread gayness?
That's I've never. Through the school system, right now.
So you think you can make someone gay that isn't
They're
gay?
doing it in schools right now.
How are they doing it?
No, I'm not saying they're making them. I'm saying they're influencing them. They're influencing.
Could you ever be influenced to be gay, even when you were a kid?
No, as a youngster, if as a youngster, not knowing anything, as a 4 or 5 year old, and you're placed amongst a gay home or something like this, and you grow up and you see your guy, dad kissing, and you'll think it's normal. Am I lying? You'll definitely.
But what that wouldn't turn you gay, though, would it?
I'm saying, but it will have a big influence.
Look, when I grew up, when I reached puberty, I knew then I fancy girls, I fancy tits, I want to look at
So how about if the school now, that same Tom and Jerry that was running around, now Jerry is having sexual relations with
make me fancy a male form.
A male dog or something.
How would that make me fancy a male form?
No, I'm saying right now the agenda of gayness
Do you believe people
and LGBT is being pushed heavily. We know this. We know
But it doesn't
there's an
change
agenda out
people.
there.
So you believe people are socially conditioned into being gay?
Yeah.
100%. They're not born gay. 100%.
Right, okay, that's what you're saying. Okay.
They're socially conditioned, and they have an urge which God places within them. Because God tells us.
So God's placing gay urges.
Who places the paedophilia urges in someone?
Well, I don't believe in God. You know that.
Who places the urges of I want to kill someone? Who
The
places
brain,
urges
the human brain.
What I'm saying is these urges, we say as Muslims, is God testing us. God testing us, and
So he tests some men by giving them gay urges.
to not be gay. God tells you not to be gay, and if you have
So he teases them to try and make them gay to see if they can resist.
No, he's there to test you. He's there to give you the best reward. We as Muslims don't believe this is it, Steve. We don't believe.
And there's the problem
this is
in
it.
my view. There's
We
the
believe
problem.
after we die,
Because you
there's
think there's another
eternal
life, you'd care less about this life. I care more about this
I have
life.
to care more about the way to get to the next life is about preserving this.
I'm sorry,
life
if you put two scenarios in front of me, one person who thinks there's an afterlife, another person who doesn't think there's an afterlife, to me it's logical that the person that doesn't think there's an afterlife is going to take more care and attention in this life than the person that thinks there is an afterlife. Because he thinks there's something else to look forward to. I don't think there's anything to look forward to, so I'm going to make good of this.
Definitely not. Because someone who only thinks about this life,
will treat it better.
No, they wouldn't. Because they don't have a sense of what? Sense of consequence, sense of punishment in the hereafter.
You have sense of consequence in this life.
I get that, but if the police don't catch me, how many people? So how about if it's a big mafia and he's got the police in his pockets? What then? What consequences is he fearing? He's not fearing any consequences. If I'm the big mafia in my country like Escobar and I got the police and army in my pocket,
You're gonna one day probably die.
No, but who am I fearing? Which authority am I fearing?
The DEA.
Come on, mate. We know. Okay, the DEA. Okay, but we as Muslims,
They're the ones who
we fear the biggest, the ultimate judge, which is the Almighty. So imagine, I think we as Muslims are supposed to believe that God, Allah, is so close to us, closer than our jug in our vein. He hears what we think. He hears what we're about to plan, everything. So are you telling me a person like that thinks like that about God and is not allowed to lie, cheat, and do all of these things?
Doesn't seem to.
Are you telling me he's gonna care less? If he cares about the afterlife and trying to get there, he has to do things good here in order to get to that place.
So why aren't a bigger proportion of Muslims good people? Because there's a whole stack of bad Muslims out there, isn't there? Yes. No, there are not so-called Muslims doing shit, doing bad things.
Yeah, there are.
Why? Why? No, I didn't say majority.
You said there's more. That's what you said.
No, I didn't. Well, if I did, I correct myself and I apologise. I didn't mean that. What I meant was there are lots of Muslims who are doing shit stuff. Like there are lots of Christians, like there are a lot of atheists. So why therefore?
So they're outside the fold of Islam.
No, they're not following.
But why does this?
Because
so they're still within inside the fold of Islam.
If Islam tells me in the Quran I'm not allowed to drink alcohol, and I go up there now in central London and start drinking alcohol, does that take me out of the fold of Islam? Is that what you think?
Some Muslims may say so. No,
there's not one Muslim.
Oh, there is.
Tell me one Muslim.
Well, okay. Well, let's give another example. Let's give another example.
I'm a Muslim, so can I tell you? Can I educate you? I'll educate about things that take you out of Islam is kufr. Things that are like major sins. Like for instance, now I'll tell you.
Okay, what are major sins?
For instance, rejecting that the Quran verses of the Quran. For instance, if I say this verse is not in the Quran, or if I reject the prophets, if I say Jesus didn't exist, that takes me out of Islam. If I say heaven and hell doesn't exist,
what about sleeping with someone outside of marriage? Would that be taking you outside?
No, it doesn't.
So therefore,
that's what I'm saying.
Can I give you another example then? Sex grooming. Does that take someone out of Islam?
No, it doesn't. I'll be honest.
So they're still...
No, but they're bad Muslims. Hear what I'm saying now? Because Islam itself does not allow them to groom.
So it's not a
young
major
girls.
sin, is what you're saying?
They're going against the
But it's not a
teachings
major
of the-
sin. Shouldn't it be a major
No, it's
sin?
a major sin.
But it doesn't take them outside the fold of Islam.
Doesn't take them out of the fold of
Shouldn't
Islam.
it? Shouldn't it?
I don't make the rules.
I know you don't.
God is the
I know,
one that
I
makes the
know.
rules. So what you have to understand is, if someone is grooming girls, they're going against the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. They're going against raping, using vulnerable girls, drugging them, drinking with them. All of these things are not acceptable. No, if it wasn't an Islamic state, imagine this. Look how hypocrisy this can be on you guys. Because the grooming gangs, if they were in an Islamic state doing what they did, they would be hanged. They would be executed. This is what would happen to them. Do you believe now, living here, that those same Islamic guys that did that deserve to be hanged and killed?
No.
Do you believe that?
So
you don't believe that?
I don't believe in taking
You see what I'm
people's
saying? You
lives.
see what I'm saying?
You know, so on the issue,
So
on the
who's
issue,
more against it than you? Me or you? Who's more?
No, just because we
know,
believe
I
in
was gonna
different
say-
punishments doesn't make your...
Of course it does.
No, it doesn't.
So
We've
if
just
I
had
give-
different views on what the
No.
appropriate punishment.
So-
Doesn't mean I think it's less of a crime.
No. So how? Yes,
I
it
don't
does.
think
Yes, it
anyone
does.
should be killed.
How about if I tell you
A
this
terrorist
country-
shouldn't be
I'll
killed.
tell you this
A
country-
murderer shouldn't be
this
killed.
Country,
A paedophile shouldn't
this
be
country
killed.
that you hold so high in democracy. This
Well,
country,
maybe I think you
this
do as
country
well.
jails drug dealers much more than they do. They give more sentences to
Longer
a drug
sentences.
dealer, longer sentences than they do a paedophile.
And I would
Yes or
say
no?
that's wrong. I don't know. I honestly
Yes or
don't
no?
know.
So
That would be wrong.
shows you-
If
so what does
it's
that show
true,
you?
it's wrong.
So what does that show you then? That
I still
shows
don't
you
think you should
they
kill
see
them.
one as a bigger than the other.
We all,
That's what
whether
I
it's
mean.
Islam or whether it's whatever
So that
secular
shows you
democracy,
I
we
care
have
more.
scales
So
of...
that shows you the
It doesn't mean
scale.
you care more.
Yes, it does. Because if the government here, the law, is jailing drug dealers longer than they do paedophiles, that means they care more about punishing drug dealers than they do the paedophiles. It's logic, common sense. So me, now personally, you
Wanting to kill them.
you're
makes you
talking
more-
about grooming gangs. I care more about it not happening because I want them to be punished more severe than you do.
but this is
That just
an
more
ideal
logic.
situation. It's an ideal situation. It's never going to happen, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's idealism. This idea. Well, this
What
idea.
is?
This
It's in
ideal.
the Quran. I'm
Yeah, I
telling
know.
you,
I
it's
know.
What's
the
the
law.
ideal situation?
It's still
In
rape,
his
bro.
idea, the ideal Islamic state, it's never going to come about anyway.
It is going to come about.
Yeah, well, yeah. So you
When Jesus
yeah,
returns.
yeah. So
I'm not saying just when Jesus returns.
Before then.
No, it's gonna like basically. There's, you guys know about. Okay, I've said about Antichrist. The Antichrist. When you see about, when you look around and you go anywhere, just go anywhere tonight. Anywhere you go, and keep an eye out for a one eye symbol. Just take it from my
What do
word.
you mean?
A one eye symbol.
What, like the
one
where it goes like
Have
that?
you seen in the?
Like a lot of the Kemet's wear. And
The one that the
Egyptians
Kemet
wear. Is that?
You'll see that in movies. You'll see that in
and
music videos.
And what's the point?
You'll see-
What's the...
It's not a coincidence. Is my point. My point is.
To be honest, you don't see it everywhere.
No, me personally, I've seen it since I started reading about this and I started enlightening myself to it. Because a lot of Muslims don't really know about it. We stick to our Quran and this is what we do. But when you start to look outside, like as in what is happening in politics, in society, what's this guy, what are these kings doing, what is this music industry? When you start looking deep into it, you start to see a correlation. You start to see that the music industry, the movie industry, the entertainment industry, the politics, banking, finance, all of these things, kings, royals, everything is all interconnected. We know,
and it's all because of this eye. That's what
and
proves
it's
it.
all no. I'm saying they're all preparing the way for the arrival of the Antichrist. This is what they're doing. They're actively preparing
Isn't this like
the world.
Masonic kind of going
This
into
is
Masonic kind of
let's
stuff?
go.
now, yeah?
If you want to really get, that's what I said. It's probably
Basically,
too deep
yeah.
for you to handle. But as a Muslim,
I don't believe
no,
it.
but never is. As a Muslim, seeing this and reading my Quran,
I think it's
word by word.
I think it's an oversimplification of how societies work.
It's very
and how
simple.
governments
So can I ask-
work.
Very simple.
Yeah. No, it's an oversimplification because people go out looking for an answer and they come across this crazy stuff about symbols and masons.
No, I'm telling you, I'm talking.
doesn't prove anything. I want to deal in fact, not belief.
So a fact is,
and this whole conversation started out on Islam dominating China. The fact is, it's never going to happen. It's highly unlikely. I mean,
I gave you the
yeah, Moses. It's not backed up on facts. It's on a belief. It's on. That's the issue.
No, you're right. If you tell me, can I bring God to you right here?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Of course not. So
yeah, you understand. So if that's the only way that you're going to believe that God exists.
I'm dealing with. No. I'm not saying I don't believe in God. Let's get that straight. Yeah. I'm saying I don't believe in this scripture because I don't know. And I'm not. I can't. This idea of using scripture to back up these prophecies of what's going to happen as opposed to reality. For me, it's just nonsensical.
I agree with you, and I agree. And one more thing, in the Quran, Steve, it talks about the hearts. It talks about if the whole world now came together to try to make Steve a Muslim. Just imagine 6-7 billion people right here in this park.
It feels like that sometimes.
Yeah, I know it does. I know it does. I can imagine that, yeah? I hope it doesn't now, yeah?
No.
Everyone came together, passing messages on. Because there's going to be too much and everyone's trying to get to Steve. 7 billion people. And everyone tried their best, one by one, to come in front of you. To try to convince you of Islam.
It's sort of coercion in a way.
No, he won't say it. It says in the Quran, if the whole world came together to try to make you a Muslim, and if God didn't will for it, it would never happen. And it says, on the flip side, me now, if the whole world came together to try to convince me, I'm not talking about force now, I'm not talking about coercion,
sure, okay.
I'm talking about specifically talking to me as a man to man, in my mind, in my heart, opening, reasoning with me. If anyone the whole world came to me and told me to denounce my faith and to take me away from Islam, if Allah didn't will for that to happen, no one could do that. So what does that show you? That shows you that Islam and all of this I'm telling you is within the hearts.
Or fanaticism.
Whether your heart's closed or whether your heart's open to it, I don't have that decision. My decision is only to convey. That is my responsibility. My responsibility is not to make you a Muslim or make sure that or this or that. My thing is just to convey the message. Whether you want it, you accept it. If you don't want it, you don't accept it. But only God has that power to open your heart. There's people that will accept Islam. Look, there's people that will be vehement against Islam. Muslims just hate it their whole lives. One little thing will happen in their life. I've seen so many stories on YouTube. You'll see it if you want.
Well, I mean, if someone's got a pathological hatred of Islam or anything, anyway, they're probably a bit unhinged, right? I mean, there's many examples of like ex-BNP people who are now.
Tommy Robinson's unhinged.
Sorry, who?
Tommy Robinson. Is he unhinged?
Yeah, I'm a fan of his. I'm not a fan of his.
No, I'm saying, is he unhinged?
No.
I'm talking about like real far right.
No, what do you mean real far right? You just said anyone that vehemently against
I'm saying there's loads of examples of like ex-BNP people who are now
Tommy
Muslim.
Robinson unhinged.
I don't like the man. I don't say
is he unhinged?
No, I wouldn't say he's unhinged.
So now you just contradicted yourself.
How did I contradict myself?
Because you said anyone that's vehemently against Islam, you would class him as unhinged anyway. That's what you said. And he is vehemently against Islam. Yeah? But you said he's not unhinged. Anyway, let's not get into the contradictions. Anyways, Tommy Robinson himself, I wouldn't be surprised if he became a Muslim. How about if I tell you? If I saw, just hear me.
He's a British nationalist.
Hear what I'm saying. In the next 5-10 years, I would not be surprised if I heard Tommy Robinson coming with a video saying, "Sorry guys, Steve, I'm really sorry for letting you down. I'm really sorry for letting you down, but it's done. Ashhadu Allah." Listen, Ashhadu Allah. I wouldn't be surprised Tommy Robinson say Ashhadu Allah. And Muslims wouldn't be like, "Oh, wow." We would be like, "Oh, okay." This is how we would respond, because we know it's not a favor on us that he becomes a Muslim. Him becoming a Muslim is a favor upon him. Do you understand? That's how we see it. We don't see it as a favor. If a famous person like Muhammad Ali becomes a Muslim, we don't care. We're not there to say, "Oh yes, Muhammad Ali." It's a favor upon him.
But then again, on that basis, for instance, let's look at Mo Salah, for instance. Yeah?
Mo Salah.
Right?
I'm going to call it a day. Nice talking to you.
Do you know Habib McGregor? Conor McGregor had a fight UFC.
Oh yes, yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Did you see how he got humbled by a Muslim brother?
But that's what I'm getting onto now.
I hope that before that happens to you, I hope that doesn't happen to Steve.
Take care.
Take care, mate. Yeah, go on. That's what you're talking about, Mo Salah.
So, and now we can bring up Habib again as well, right?
Habib, yeah.
There was a whole.
You're Irish,
yeah? Yeah. I don't like McGregor, Right?
You sure?
Yeah, I don't like him. I think he's racist.
Oh, he's racist.
Yeah. I think he's
Islamophobic.
Yeah, certainly. I think he's an idiot.
Alcoholic.
No, I wouldn't say he's an alcoholic. He has
proper 12.
Having a drink doesn't make you an alcoholic.
No, but he drank it right in the press
So
conference.
what?
You're telling me
It doesn't make
he
you an
doesn't
alcoholic.
Drink. You're telling me he doesn't drink often.
No, I say he drinks. It doesn't make you an alcoholic if you drink. Okay. An alcoholic is someone who's reliant on alcohol.
Yeah. How do you know that? Do you know for a fact that he doesn't rely on alcohol?
I'd say he's an athlete. It's very unlikely, isn't it?
How do you know? Athletes smoke
How do you know?
cocaine.
You're the one saying he's an alcoholic. You've got to provide evidence he is.
From what I've seen.
No, that's not. But I'm saying from
the
it's not-
apparent.
yeah.
From the apparent.
No, that's just drinking.
Every time I saw him,
That's just
he's
drinking.
either drunk. Or he's promoting his proper 12.
He's playing up to a stereotype, is what he's doing.
And then when he tried to give Habib the drink, what did he say? He said, "You effing backwards."
Yeah, that's what I just said to you. He's a racist. I just said agreed to with you. He's a racist. I just disagree. I disagree that he's an
I'm saying
alcoholic.
do you remember I was trying to tell you about the alcoholism in this country?
Yeah.
My whole point is that. My point is.
But you have to understand,
this
this is sportsmanship. It's almost like wrestling now, the UFC.
It's
So,
all fake,
so
yeah.
he is an Irish person. He's made a caricature of what someone did in Irish. One may believe Conor McGregor's an athlete. I don't think there's any evidence for that, just because he swags around a bit drunk. I just said to you, I think there's a risk.
Would you agree with the fact that Muslims not drink alcohol somehow because they're not integrated into the society?
Phone dead right now. Gonna hold it.
Roger's huge turban. The sound gone off because
the sound's gone
off. Facing it, yeah. So the sound's gone off. Yo, can you hear me? Press 1 if you can hear me.
I don't like his fighting style. I feel against that. As a person, anybody, unless they are a bigger, there's a lot of people that support McGregor.
I did the cover.
And him getting up on stage
as well. Because
Alright, look who's in the corner.
Remember, front of you.
Hi.
Yeah. So, look, if you drop the beat by saying, right, sorry, I shouldn't bring your family.
Just ignore him, man.
And I ignore him. Like, when I was ignoring him, did you see how many videos of me ignoring him?
I
did. I ignored him.
Hey, Roger's huge turban. Because if you're typing by yourself, Roger's in McDonald's and you're typing. You need to wash.
That's a troll account. That's a friend. It's alright. Roger's huge turban. Yeah, it's not offensive. He just makes lots of jokes about. Yeah. So basically, I got him at the park again. I don't know. So twice, is it recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. So twice, 2 times I got him out. Got him paid. He paid the jizya, mate. I'm telling you, his jizya is never going to be up. It's going to be non-stop.
I'm not employed, man.
Payment. Jizya payment. Anyway, forget that all the jizya. But like I said, he brought my family into it. I confronted him. And he went at the park, he couldn't take it. Yeah. He's playing his childish games like like turd and this and that. As soon as he sees people next to him, and he looks over there, and when he saw the police car gone,
Roger's turban, I see you in McDonald's already.
He goes, uh-oh, time to go. That's when he left.
You start bringing people's families into it. You start bringing people's families into it. I don't like that type of thing.
There you go.
And stuff like that. It's hurtful as well because you don't know what's happened to people's families as well. You could be talking about people that are dead and all types of things.
Yeah, and like the far right lot.
Yeah.
They want verified information and they're just gonna jump onto it and start backing it. And that's what they did. They started commenting on the channel like saying, I heard you're a paedophile, racist and that. But he started all of that. Do you get it? Yeah.
I don't know why he...
Constable.
Oh,
Raj.
Yeah,
oh, he's...
No, not Raj, but...
do you think Raj is racist?
No. Tommy Robinson. Yeah. But Raj is a self-claimed Islamophobe. He said that, you know.
And you know he is, He didn't say that himself. Yeah, so he has said it himself.
So that hand thing was an experiment all those weeks ago. I saw you at the front of it, you put your hands around him rather than touch him.
Yeah. Oh, you mean tan?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me, that was someone else.
It looks like you.
Yeah.
No, that was Mohib.
No, like, it was Mohib.
Oh, it was Mohib. Oh. He was not in today, was he?
No.
Yeah, Mohib was here earlier, but...
You know, so I saw him. He's here.
Yeah, it's Betty, man. It's Betty. Hey, Betty, sing your song. Sing your song. Hey, wait, Betty, do live. No. Betty, do a live PA. It's
Betty.
Betty.
Content over everything. I thought you were saying something content.
Yeah.
Then I worked it out what you were saying.
That's the hashtag that they were saying.
Hashtag Betty, not Batty.
At first, I thought to myself, what's Betty doing? She seems like she's drunk or something. But once you hear it again and again, then you like get into it.
Yeah. It's like it's from that 28 days. Is it 28 days later? There's the instrumental for the
okay.
Yeah, so it's literally like scary and stuff like that. You know,
it was funny, and you kind of go into it.
Yeah, it's
saying
not meant to
Nigerian Bjork, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, sing it then.
Go.
Yeah, okay.
But you need the tune though. Like, would you play it?
Do an acapella version. Acapella version.
The 28 days later.
A little bit loud so you be in rhythm. Whoa, that light is bright.
I don't think I have to 28 days. Let me do all this. I'm trying not to litter the Queen's part.
Don't worry, Raj can come too. And you know what? You know when he's sexist and go and do the dishes, he doesn't even realise that's sexist comments in.
Yeah, he does, but I don't take it seriously. Yeah. You know when he does that.
You know what
I just like to play the game.
You know what happened to Tan?
Tan?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's in detention centre. Steve told me like that. And then he got. You know what he did? He got a custodial suspended sentence for it. It was serious what he did.
What did he do? What did he actually do?
No, he got you know that thing? He got a suspended sentence for it. Steve told me.
What thing?
That's manifesto we did about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought. I'm not surprised though.
What, the fuck manifesto?
Yeah, because like.
You know he came again 2 weeks after Jedi on the 23rd.
Is Steve here? The other Steve, Speaker's Corner Steve, still here? Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's gone.
No, you're talking about little Steve, innit?
Yeah.
The one who people say he's gay, but he's not.
No, not that.
He's got kids.
He's talking about the one with the bandana.
The posh one.
No, he's talking about the little one, man.
No, the one who was here.
Mirinda season, you get me?
He's got kids, I found out.
No, I can't believe it.
I told you, cuz. You know, I tried to tell everyone, that Tan was a fucking Chinese Leonardo DiCaprio in Shutter Island. He's just a fucking nutcase.
Where is Tan now? There you go.
He's in detention centre.
And now he's really in Shutter Island.
They'll be done soon as well, because the path he's taking is going to be done as well.
He's got a lot of enemies. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that.
Do you know what? He's trying to take this as a threat.
I'm not religious, cuz.
I said to him, I said, stop the path you're on. I said, calling jihadis and mujahideens and all that sort of thing, taking our Islamic phrases and mocking it. I said to him, one nutcase one day, he'll see you on the street and you'll get it. I said, stop it. Stop what you're on. Stop this, you're making a threat. Making a threat. I'm going to give it to the police. I thought, how am I making a threat? I'm giving you a heads up, saying, listen, yes, I don't like you, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to do anything to you. But some nutcase somewhere is waiting. I'm going to come down one day and I'm going to show you what mujahideen is. And they're going to come and, you get it?
And then don't care.
If I attack somebody, like online, every day on YouTube and on Speaker's Corner, I say the far right, whatever, call me whatever.
Hey, Syed, you got bare fans, you know?
Huh?
You got bare fans.
Well, haters, yeah?
Yeah, fans and haters.
Alright.
Shout out to the haters.
Shout out to the haters and the fans. Not fans, but I don't want to be arrogant fans. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, if you're not on the same opinion as people, they start hating you.
That's the world. I deal with it. I don't care.
Some people, even the haters,
I don't care.
I don't know who they are, but they hate me because of Ali Dawa, Muhammad Hijab, and then Muslim and all this. Why would you hate someone like just for that? Raji just, I don't know why that came in. He just like came in and just started taking Syed and all that stuff. I don't care about all that stuff.
Man like Imran Anwar.
I don't care about all that.
Because I've said to him as well about it, because what you're saying.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen. You can't force people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I told him about the Pakistani thing. Don't say that. But
Big up JK.
The entire
man like
country.
Velle
You know what? And he's cussing Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and all that. Yeah. You know what? These countries like have influence. You get it? You know when the right people see this, like the embassy or official people, all they'll do, is make a report, and they'll shut his channel down. The stuff he says,
hey,
you get it?
Yo, Syed, everyone's saying to ask you about Go Live Media.
I got nothing to say. Because who is this? Look, I don't know who that person is. It's the YouTube guy.
Yeah.
That's it. I got nothing to say about him. He's a Muslim brother. Doesn't like me. That's it. I got nothing else to say about him, man. Like, there's no point. He's a Muslim brother, and I don't want to like jump onto it and start slandering him and backbiting.
Yeah.
He's a Muslim brother. He's a family man. He's a normal human being, and that's it. That's all I got to say about him. Anything that he says negative about me or anything like that, that's on him, innit? That's nothing to do with me. But I'm not gonna jump on.
Sometimes it's best to stay out of it, end the drama.
Maybe he misunderstood a few things and jumped on the wrong vibe, and he's hating on me. But the guy hasn't met me. I haven't met him. So the other day I was saying online, I'm gonna come and raid him or something like that, because Raj was saying my brother's a police officer and all that. So when I said I'm gonna come and raid him, I was joking. I'm not a police officer to come and raid. So I was just like saying, it's so ridiculous for them to call me police. That's why, as a joke, I said I'm gonna come and raid him. I didn't mean that I'm gonna get my brother to. You get it? My brother don't even live like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You can't hate on people. What basically their plan is to get gang and me a wedge between us by using the police thing, but it's not gonna work.
What was that again?
Huh?
To get gang and
like they're trying to get a wedge between us, but they basically people are trying to get a fight started again with the Muslims and gang, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Like, I'm not gonna fall for all of that. Why?
Nice all that, you don't need all that. It's supposed to be for like, you know what's really sad, because I'm about interfaith dialogue. I think it's really important that we have interfaith dialogue, because religious wars.
Hey, big up man, like it's Ahmed, yeah. Make sure you subscribe to It's Ahmed as well, yeah. My G, you get me?
Have a talk, you don't have to agree, but you don't have to hate on someone for one's opinion. Do you get it?
Oh, you got to shout gang.
Like the hate I get, you know.
Gang.
Yeah, on YouTube. Not a lot, because I'm not a controversial character. I don't really.
It's Ahmed paid that jizya.
Recently, on my YouTube, I've noticed on a live chat, there's people getting blocked and stuff.
Someone's got dead media.
For being snakes or my mods notice it because they jump on other people's live streams and see how they slander me and stuff like that. So they block them, and some people get so annoyed because they're getting blocked on YouTube. They start hating on people. My thing is, imagine if you come to my house and I disrespect, for example, like you come to my house and I make you feel unwelcome. If it was me, I'd go to someone's house and they make me feel unwelcome. I'm gonna leave. I'm never gonna go and start complaining about it. Like, oh, I wanna go. He's not letting me in and this and that. I'll say I don't wanna go to his house. End of. Why cry and this and that? Start hating on people and start calling me non-Muslim and kuffar and all that stuff. What's they saying, bro?
Some of these things that people that do that are like kids, you know what I mean? They might not be meant to say, well, you don't know, all you know is that it's someone's name, so you never know who's really behind the name.
I know, that's the thing with all these trolls.
Yeah, and have you noticed how the avatars are the most
Hey, Betty.
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Betty. Sorry, hold on a sec. John McDermott said, big up Betty.
Oh, hi,
John. Modine said, tell Betty love.
Hi, Modine. Hi, everybody.
I don't know if it's the real one though, still.
Yeah. I met him.
Someone said it's Modine still.
No, I met him today.
Tell Betty love from Mo, you get me? Yeah, I told her still.
He went up to Sophia, they gave her a thing.
We got Modine.
What, Modine gave her the juju doll?
So I've noticed this YouTube drama getting a bit out of hand. Like, nonsense. Have a bit of fun, bit of banter and stuff. Keep it like that, but making it into some sort of...
it all starts online.
Yeah, cuz.
It's crazy.
Rap boys on bow, cuz.
Yeah, you know what happened to him?
Understand,
You know what happened to him?
There's another 6 days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Leave them days, live your life, work. People like Raj, one Sunday ends, he's waiting. It's like, I got an image of him, He's got a clock, and it just says Sunday. Like Speaker's School 9, he's literally waiting for the next Sunday to come. You get it? Man's got no life. Like, as soon as he goes home, live stream regarding Speaker's Corner.
I've never
you know what
seen
I find
that in
it's
my
quite
life.
addictive as well. Because you know what it is? The problem is, your subscribers, once you talk about sickness corner, then they constantly ask you to talk. Do you know what I mean? And then you feel obligated to, you know, speak to them and address them. Because I remember one time I started doing videos for a while, and all of a sudden I was getting bombarded with messages and stuff like that. So you don't want to. And the worst thing is, you can have a chat as well, you know, live chat. People will, you don't want to talk about something.
They say free rap, boy,
because they ask you questions, so you feel obligated.
I know, and then you get wrapped up in it.
Yeah,
I know, like, starting backbiting, and then you ended up. It's crazy. That's why I tried to. I've stopped live stream because I thought to myself, you know what?
I used to enjoy your live streams.
I know. First, I've stopped it because I thought to myself, I got my whole life, other things, work, job, family. You get it? So I had to concentrate.
You're not a YouTube don, bro.
Huh?
You're not a YouTube don, bro. You got a life.
Yeah, there you go. So.
You did, I think you did well. I also find you very balanced and fair.
I am. I always try to
singing today.
And I also find that
Calamity.
You don't. I noticed that you don't like to start beef. Do you know?
No, I don't.
I noticed that you don't smack.
Yeah.
You're like
I try my best.
Talk about. Yes. You just asked about Go Live Media, and you don't go to the pit.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Because some people would. It's very easy to get triggered and end up going down to the pit and get in the gutter and start slagging each other off.
Yeah, in Islam.
Hey, Betty, they're asking are you a hijabi now?
Yeah, this is what I mean. You know, when you just have a scarf and then they start asking stupid questions. You know what I mean? You know how cold it is? Ask them the temperature in London today. I'm sure it must be. It feels like about 5. You know. You know what I mean? It doesn't go down. I don't know what to say.
We have an excuse, innit? You know, they say for your brother, like he said, he's a Muslim brother.
So she's trying to keep her head top.
In Islam, it says make an excuse for him rather than jumping on the negative. Because, all right, I heard him say nasty things about me.
Love for yourself.
Yeah. I thought, you know what, maybe the guy had a misunderstanding or whatever. So leave it on that. It could be.
Yeah, you never know.
So I'm not jumping on people.
What are you saying, bro?
What are you saying?
Don't worry, man.
What's he saying?
They're just talking shit still, man.
I don't care. Like, is it anything like hate on me? Yeah.
Nah, it's gone too. It's gone too late anyway, man.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Okay.
If you see how fast the things are going.
Is Jihadi Jane there?
Mad sexual tension between Syed.
Is Sia there?
Huh?
Someone
mad sexual tension
by Syed.
Right.
By who? Who would
They said, did big guards turn up? Betty would bite your cock and balls off in one bite. Omar Rap Boy is a beggaring Afghanistan. Today was a mad day, LOL.
6 degrees
At me,
in
Abdi. 6 degrees in London, fine with that.
I'm almost feel like
Yo,
I'm
see?
watching the video.
That's going mad.
Having a break.
We need Tan in Speaker's Corner. Hey, Tan's in Shutter Island right now, man.
That's why I haven't liked him for a while.
I think also, I feel like I'm
Yeah, because he said he's going to not come in. That's what he said yesterday. He said he's not going to come for a while. It just came out like yesterday.
Your life's gonna pass by.
Came out.
Who said that, Rap Boy? I mean,
it's true. It does. If you come here every week, it does cause some mental damage to you. You have to take about. I had a 6-week break from 24th of June till thing.
That's why you slowed down.
I'm gonna probably before the year's out take a 1 or 2 week break and go and reduce it. Like I'll be on live and all that, but I'm gonna try and cut back for like 2 weeks.
Where is COE? Is that recording as well?
No, it's not recording. It's just live.
So what are your plans for
live
the future?
You know,
just the vision.
Work.
Yeah, they said John McDermott said Betty's looking good as always.
Thank you. It's a sweetheart, John.
Does Syed has a veg or meat pakora? Does Syed has veg or meat pakora? Veg.
So Syed, what is pakora?
Pakora, innit?
What's that? Oh.
Big up COE from Birmingham. Big up. Syed is a top cunt. Johnny English.
Who said that?
Modine at MacD's Darwa.
Who said that was top cunt?
Johnny Officer, is it Johnny English?
He's a white boy.
John English. Why the hate, man? Why the hate?
He's a white boy.
Listen, whoop, whoop.
I heard that.
It's the sound of the Syed.
Someone said to me, turning up some veterans for something.
Old tight young Abdi.
And then another one.
Old tight young Abdi.
Yeah. Cut 3/4 of his afro off, you get me? Hey, where's young Abdi's wife though, man?
Where's your sister?
Yeah, whose sister?
One thing I noticed about these guys, as soon as democracy and free speech get in their way, they don't like it. They don't like it. They want dictatorship. It's like free speech and democracy when it suits us.
Differently.
And free speech and democracy when it gets in our way.
Mr. Good, I'm on your side. I'm telling you.
So one rule for us and another rule for another. That's how
But I think that's that's the case with a lot of people, isn't it?
You said,
you know
you
what I mean?
said.
They only want freedom to a certain
Fine
extent.
Raj,
You know what I mean?
he's even better on the tube.
That's why in Islam, when we say we don't have free speech, yeah,
Big up Betty.
what it is, yeah, free
Can't see your
speech
prick.
in terms of you can't mock people, you can't slander people.
Abdul Hamid, change your name to Abdul Kafir Shaitan.
Free speech comes with responsibility.
Yeah, but it's also difficult, yeah, because you can't control.
Betty's
you
a
can
carpet
say
muncher.
something, but you can't
Live it.
control people's
No
response
comment.
to what you say. So you have to be mindful of what you say. So like that's what everybody's going to.
A big mwah to the sister. Hey Betty, you're getting a big kiss over here.
Oh, thank
Who said
you.
that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Tashi videos.
I'm getting all the hate.
Young Abdi.
I don't know why.
But someone said ban fire upon the informer Syed.
Shout out to Mr. Abdi.
That was Go Live Media.
Shout out, Big Ab.
It's your brethren. Go Live Media. First of all, you said you two were friends, and now he's saying ban fire upon you.
I didn't ban fire up in you.
No, he said that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
He can say whatever he wants, so what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, I don't have to join it.
Yo, young Black D,
Who's
get
that?
your face off cam.
You got something to
Who's
do?
that?
Liam is offline.
He's a white boy, man. I'll probably bully him.
It's a man online.
Some guy in the
He's probably a
Hey,
40-year-old.
Raj's huge turban said, "Can I marry
Why
Betty?"
should I
Who said that?
entertain
And someone else said, "Betty's married. Leave her alone."
words?
Betty, you're married.
Where was
Betty,
she say?
are you married?
I think we're a good family, I don't know.
Betty,
Betty, you married?
do you have a man?
Huh?
Have you got a
Tell
man?
anybody.
I don't know.
I'm telling anybody.
They're asking for you, innit? They're
I'm
asking.
not telling anybody. I'm not telling anybody because you know what people are like.
Right.
You know how they are.
You need to get
I've had
at her.
enough gossip.
DM her,
I don't
DM her.
have enough gossip.
Add her on
People-
Facebook or add her on, you know, on YouTube, yeah?
Obviously.
You can add someone as a friend, innit? You can add someone as a friend right now, yeah? So you can send them a personal
Why do I
message.
hate, yeah?
Sharing these new features.
A little, that's a
on
mix.
Facebook
Nah, you get a
and
mix, you get
YouTube
50-50.
that I don't understand.
You get
Sharing
50-50, don't worry.
videos. YouTube's changing so much as well, with all the little tweaks. There's got a sharing thing that I don't understand.
They said
that
Betty
new
is
sharing
seducing
thing.
in a red coat and a red lipstick.
And now my first time wearing this coat.
Did you come all the way from Manchester, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
What, today, yeah? Or you stay in the hotel room?
No, I'm gonna go back tonight, stuff like that.
They said Betty wants Jedi. Hey Betty, do you love
No,
Jedi?
do you remember?
Yeah, I love Jedi, my Nigerian brother. Of course, I love him.
When did, around
See?
Scotland, I don't know if you've seen the video.
Yeah, I saw some of them.
Yeah?
Like,
Is Raj
I went to
okay?
Manchester, yeah?
Betty, are you Yoruba or Igbo?
And that
I'm a
day,
Bibio.
at Manchester,
what?
there
Say
was,
again.
you know the
A
LGBT,
Bibio.
the
A
LGBT
Bibio.
party thing, that, you know that thing, that
Yeah.
three-day thing that
Oh,
happened?
Frank.
Right, so basically the hotel I was staying at, yeah? I went out, and then what happened was I went into some shops.
Turning sort
Then
of kick ass.
everywhere I go, it's all cordoned off. Like, oh, you go that way,
Syed sold
that
out
way.
all the
I got
Muslims.
trapped into the
Someone said-
LGBT party thing.
Someone said you sold out all Muslims.
Huh?
Someone said you sold out all Muslims.
So what?
Someone said you sold out all Muslims. They couldn't even sell
Hardeep said, "Lady in red."
As if I would. As if I did. How can I sell out all Muslims?
All of them, you know. How much did you get? How much did you get?
What? Selling out all Muslims?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah? He's rich now.
He's caking, he's caking, he's caking.
So you got all clothes
Cake.
off in that.
Syed's cakes now.
Like, in the LGBT
He's one of the shareholders of Liverpool now.
So I couldn't get out. They forced me to stay here.
I'm full respect to him.
Because he was all ticketed out and this and that.
Yeah, a BB,
I
yo.
couldn't go out like for like 2-3 hours.
Oh,
no!
Stuff like that, yeah.
It was all straight as well.
Proper manky, innit? Proper manky. Proper manky.
Yeah.
So I went
She's a mank, can't she?
abode. It was called the abode.
I want to get onto somebody, bro.
Go for the shows, innit?
Is Betty really trying for McDonald's?
Did
Liberties.
you enjoy it?
Yeah, Manchester's nice. It was nice. I like the
Gang, gang.
Pirates sucked up.
Then we went to
Aye.
What do you say?
Yeah, Liverpool's
Filthy connoisseur. Loud the blue Pirates, man. Pirates is my G still.
Tell him we'll kidnap his
I
mum.
watched you more videos.
My young Abby chop off hands, you know.
Yeah, you like some type of woods, like
Hey,
sort of.
hey,
that one.
man, then be
Yeah,
careful
I
for young Abdi, yeah? He will come at you still.
Island. I can't remember. It was crazy. I went right to the edge.
Hey, bro.
Only brother who makes
Someone said you're a
his money.
Someone said you're a tranny.
Listen,
Hungry.
if they're a tranny, yeah, they're trying to make me a tranny.
Billionaire seller.
That shows they're so desperate.
Yeah.
Hashtag
If
Sophia.
you're
Betty
into
wearing the
trannies,
burqa.
whoever you are, stop it. Alright, stop it. If you're into
Betty's got a
trannies,
burqa
stop
now.
being trannies. This is the worst, man. Free speech, free world. If you're into tranny, you're into tranny, man. No problem. But don't try to drag me into it. You know what I mean? If you're into trannies, why are you trying to drag me into it?
The tranny killed Sophia, man.
People say that to me all the
Hey,
time.
Bobby G.
You know, oh, you your voice is so deep. You know what I mean? It's just like...
It's late, man.
Nonsense.
It's half
You
9.
know, it's just the way
Well, it's not
to
really
do it.
that late, but it's late enough. Trust me.
See what I mean?
They're just going on about your
What it
hair
is
all
now,
the time.
people, yeah, people
Because
who...
you like to look after yourself.
Hey, what did Liam say? Hey, Liam, write that comment again.
You know what? They want
I
you to
don't know, I don't
I see man laughing still. I want to see
Say,
it.
oh, look after yourself. I don't know why people think I really groom myself or whatever. It's just
because
normal.
you got style, you know, and you know, because like some men don't even know how to clean their lips. Do you know what I mean? Some men.
Is Syed a
don't ever
racist?
have a dry lip.
Syed, are you a
You
racist?
see someone that takes a little bit of care of themselves.
There you go.
Go over the top and go, oh, he's like, you know, he's like, you know, loves himself and stuff like that. But sometimes it's just jealousy.
I know, that's definitely just that.
So it's like Hey, wait,
racist? In what
Yeah.
terms? Like racist what? To white people?
Just, are you racist in general?
Pirates,
How can I be racist?
Are you a racist?
What do you say?
Like,
Yes,
what-
that's like a yes or
What do
no
you say?
question, isn't it?
No.
Pirates, I
No.
think you never.
Right. Betty, do you love big odds?
Yeah, I love him. I love
Right.
him.
And someone else, then the next question was, Betty, will you marry me as well? So someone asked, did you love big odds? And then the next question now was, would you marry them?
Let's do Q&A.
Who's asking?
Oh,
Q&A.
man, it's gone, it's gone.
Any questions? Any other questions?
Any other questions? Hey, get all your questions up, man. We're going to ask them.
What do you guys think of this?
Did Big Odds give her that
Premiere?
banging
Have you
on
seen
her
that?
show she was
Premiere
talking about?
on YouTube. You upload a video. It's called Premiere, and people can live comment while you watch the video.
So that's the Asian guy.
That song was inspired. That song was inspired by dildos. Big Velle, yeah. Why is young black these fingers so dry?
What they say?
Why is young black these fingers so dry? Cause let me see your fingers, cuz. Put them on again. Are they ashy? Ashy Larry?
No.
You got the Larrys.
He's trying to get onto me. Say no more.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Liam's onto him still. He's prejudiced. Whole life media.
Young black. What?
Why is young black?
It says public, unlisted.
Why is young black these fingers so dry?
So what you can do,
Like
if
he's
you
just
schedule
fingering
Tell him
a
I fingered your mum,
princess.
fam.
It says Premiere. So you can release that video on a specific
Hey Liam, you
time.
said he fingered your mum.
When it goes to upload, when it plays,
She intelligent hoe.
it's like watching like a live cinema film or any video while people can
Dirty
comment
racist.
live, like
Ask Big.
and it says on
Ask
the thing,
Big Velle, dog.
Premiere,
Where's that one,
the
dog?
different logo, and everything comes up. It's quite
Ask Big Velle, has he got a big belly? Toast, man. I ate the steak, fam.
Hit the belly.
Yeah. Your mum feeds me, fam.
It's a nice feature.
And then I beat her back out. Trust me,
Dirty
actually hands
racist.
that.
Fuck Dave Smith.
Can you ask Black Betty to sing Woohoo, Black Betty, Bamalam?
How many people you online?
Ask Betty, did she know Raj was born a woman?
That was funny, man.
You're not welcome in Morocco. Or in Modine. They said
Morocco,
Modine, you're
fam.
not welcome in Morocco.
So
Louis.
guys, what happened to Raj today?
Syed is a racist because I've gone.
Why am I racist?
It's went too quick, man.
Nonsense, man. No
Why
one
is
can-
Homar banned?
I have to do
One
that.
thing-
10
Raj
toes.
got chased
out.
I got dipped out, you know.
Raj got chased.
Tell
Raj paid the
Syed-
jizya today again. Got chased out.
Tell
the park.
Syed to
Not
tell
chased
Syed
out.
not to behave.
bullshit. Racist.
Big up
Don't say
Syed,
that
man.
thing.
My brethren, you get me? Big Velle is a stinky Bangladeshi. Don't you take the piss out of me!
That smells shit.
Who's racist now, eh?
Get it? Trust me.
You know what I mean?
They said I'm a Bangladeshi.
Not you, I'm talking about, that's what I'm saying. Who's
Liberties.
the comment, I'm going with the comment.
Liberties.
That smells shit.
Don't take the piss out of me. Hurt my feelings.
So, who said I'm racist? And go and elaborate, please. I want to find out.
John McDermott. John
In what way?
McDermott, write your comment again, cuz.
How am I racist? Can you?
Big
Was he
Velle.
joking or?
Would he
was
rather have Betty's wet pie on his dick or fake vagina? Wait a sec. Would he rather have Betty's wet pie on his dick or the fake vagina that was made out of a dick owned by you know who? Definitely the wet pie. Are you dumb? What the fuck you
What's her
talking
name?
about,
Why
cuz?
is that Sophia girl?
We no love man.
Like,
So
my
take
name-
care y'all for it.
I'm telling you before.
It's
I'm
a
for the
thing,
same
bro.
get a y'all for it.
Yeah.
It's a thing, bro.
It's a films of that Lewis. Which one is it?
Oh yeah, there's two.
Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to
Alright, you
confuse
said-
us.
Big Velle.
There's
Is
a
Banksy
one.
Peter
Break it
Griffin?
down. You
Yeah,
must say
Banksy
that.
is Peter Griffin.
What you say about
Banksy's
Sophia
like the
Lewis?
Iranian Peter Griffin.
Say-
Don't worry about the Iranian Peter Griffin. He's like,
But
nah.
Big Velle, he's gonna say that out loud now live. Go on,
No, I don't want to. I
Go on,
don't
alright,
want
you don't
to.
have to do your voice then. Go on, say the thing what you said about Sophia
God,
Lewis.
what was you gonna say?
Or whatever. Go on, say it.
Say it, man.
Not my face though. Not
Not
my
his
face.
face.
No, not in your face. God, you can say it.
Oh.
Stand, go on.
Yeah.
Well, you got an announcement to
She'll know
make.
who it is.
No, just say it. What was it?
She'll know who it is.
Go on, just say it, bro. Just say it.
You got an announcement.
She's a friend of mine.
MI5. Go on, just say it, bro.
She'll know.
I think it's a double whammy. It's a double whammy.
Oh.
It's a
Imagine
double
who's that
whammy.
girl with a girly
She's trying to say
voice.
she's a real
Syed
girl.
is a fake tranny.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
In what way is double
That's a
whammy?
I am
fake
not.
fanny.
I'm not a tranny, so how can I be?
Bigger
if I was a tranny,
Velle. Betty's
fake
pussy
tranny.
would be like looking at.
Why is that something bringing my name up?
She's standing there, you know.
These people are bored, man. See, you niggas are bored.
Modine is chaps in gal in the chat too. Go on,
Talking
Modine.
about the drama and how to stay away from drama.
Modine,
be on the positive.
you're not a Liverpool
vibes,
fan.
Not be obsessed with
Are we the only-
corner.
Real man, teach a lot.
There's all the drama. You can try. Yeah. There's a lot of drama.
Battery's dead.
My friend of hers, that's the thing.
Yo, battery's dead right now. Trust me, you're working with darkness. You got fucking young Abdi with his dry fingers in the screen. With his Tyrone Biggums.
I told you, man, I think it's someone's mum.
Hey.
Hey.
God. Outside. Oh shit.
What happened?
Hold on.
My chewing gum dropped. Go on, yay. God, we got the light back in the building.
Too many dark skinned niggas.
Betty got tons of sex appeal. Constable Syed's a racist pig.
How? Explain it. How?
Why is he a constable? They
Why
said
am I
you're a
racist?
constable, you know. Modine eats bacon.
That's shocking. Like,
Betty's gone shy.
They're saying that constable was like
He was a
police
tea
back.
seller in the Bangladesh train station. They said you were selling tea in the Bangladeshi train station.
Who said that?
One of the commenters.
Who said that?
I don't know who it was.
So what, man?
Sorry, God, it made me laugh.
So what?
Oh shit, I can't see.
At least it's better than sitting at home on the dole.
Yeah,
Wait, what's John
it's
saying?
true. You know, it's funny. Betty, you going home. Top class you have on camera.
Yeah, man,
Syed
I hope
looks
that
like the
video
guy
goes
from
through.
Ed, Ed and Eddie. All of them.
Huh?
Syed's a racist cunt.
I'm a racist.
Steve is gay.
I'm a racist.
Syed, do you have nipples big enough? Alright, stop. You gotta
This
slow
gay
down.
joke, man. These are
Slow down
they
a
are
bit.
closet gays. They're closet gays. Everyone that gay chat, man, they're closet gays.
Yeah,
Stop
don't
this
see
gay shit.
Syed. Syed, I like you. You're a Liverpool fan.
Yes.
Ha 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 ha. Tell Syed to behave. Big up Syed, man. My brethren as well. Yeah.
Who's that? Is that that
I don't know. Fucking.
dirty?
Modine is an undercover MI5 agent. I bought 2 cups of tea off him.
TNT Greek.
Make me a tea, Syed. Syed. Bigger Velle. Hey, big up TNTS. Come on.
Guys.
Syed sticks to
Today,
shit.
Raj paid the jizya today again. And
Syed's a tea boy.
Huh?
They said Syed. They said that you look like you make tea in the Bangladeshi tea train station.
So what?
So what? He did. He used to, alright? And that's good.
So what, man? Yeah.
And he's proud of it, alright? And he made it from there to here. Alright, what else they got?
And this man works.
He was a chai seller.
What was I say? Raj paid the jizya today.
God, then.
And he was out the park again. Again.
You got Syed.
Huh?
Hey, big up the Iranian Peter Griffin, man like Banksy.
Did thingy, Raspect? Did Raspect thingy put him up?
You lot.
Leon, did he?
Peace.
Have you got him
Big up, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Big up yourself, Syed, yeah, my brother.
Big up,
Hey, Betty, big up, yeah? We're going, alright? Take care, alright? Hey, young Slabdy. What, go on?
What do you think, bro?
Yeah, that's it, man. We got now, man. He's a South Maroon.
South what?
Yo, the chat's going quick still. I'm trying to read it still. Hey, but big up yourself, yeah?
Big up young
Come on. Where's my brother at, yeah? Alright, there he is still.
See you later, see you later.
Hey, peace,
See you
yeah?
later.
Peace. You want to read the chat?
What's the chat saying?
Still on, man.
What are they saying in the
Yeah,
chat?
they're just beefing with each other.
How many people in there?
They said, Syed! Blessings on Sister Betty. How many people were in there?
Roger's out in his t-shirt.
355 people. Yo, big up all the people in the chat. Yeah, man. What you say? No likes, no thumbs up today? You lot got to make sure you lot hit the thumbs up, man. Whether you disagree or you agree with whatever you're seeing in it, like, because my man's coming out to film it for your pleasure in it as well. So I support the thing still. Show some love. Hey, big up Raj's huge turban. I don't know how a turban by itself can type, you know. Definitely. Hey fam, if you ever see my hat typing by itself, needs to definitely go in the wash. Yeah, big up John McDermott, yeah. Yeah man, big up chat shit, get bang. Poo, poo, that's the smell of Syed, liberties. Yo, he's not a guy too far still. Yo. Yeah, pay homage to the COE, man, like COE, you get me? Curry, boy better know, eh? Big Velle, can you get me some grains for my ting? Hey, what, you got the ting, yeah? You got the ting, yeah? Waste, man. Hey, man, peace, yeah? We out here, man. Peace.